Judge Joe Brown is funded in part by the United States Department of Justice and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by the annual financial support of viewers like you.
A secret sleepover sets off a jealous boyfriend.
He was driving really fast. He crashes. That's when I felt severe pain.
All rise for Judge Joe Brown. Whoa! Experience, knowledge, and a passion for the truth.
I'm protecting womanhood and promoting manhood.
Bringing no-nonsense justice to Americans everywhere.
If you listen, you may learn something.
It's time for Judge Joe.
A move to remove an out-of-control boyfriend could have cost a young woman her life. Personnel specialist Elaine Palazuelos is suing the defendant for her daughter's medical bills and damage to her vehicle. Defendant Jose Torres says the plaintiff caused him to lose his temper. Now it's Joe time.
Ms. Palazuelos, it would appear that you're suing Mr. Torres and you're alleging that he is liable to you for property damage and personal injuries?
Not to myself, to my daughter.
Okay. Now, I take it you have an automobile that got damaged and that the allegation is that the defendant was actually operating the Toyota. It's a 1996 model when the damage occurred. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor. He was driving my daughter's car.
Your daughter's car?
Well, it's registered in my name, but I bought it for my daughter.
You bought it for your daughter?
Yes, Your Honor, so that she could go to school.
Is your daughter a minor?
No, Your Honor, she's 20 right now.
20?
Yes.
But she was over 18 at the time this occurred?
Correct.
Okay,
but
well, let's hear from her.
Okay.
Let's see, you're in Oxnard. All right.
Hello, Your
All right.
Honor.
Ma'am?
Well, my name's Melinda Palazuelos. I'm a student, and I was working part-time, but I was living at my mother's house. And I drove to school and to work. And then one night, I spent the night at my friend's house. And during the night, my friend's mother woke me up, who was the owner of the house, to let me know that Jose Torres was there at the door, and he was banging on the door really loud. And it was about 3 in the morning when he came over.
Yeah, you told him you were going to visit a girlfriend, and it turned out to be a guy friend.
Yeah.
Okay, he seems to have gotten himself a little worked up, which is not good, but he comes by and it's early in the morning. So
Correct,
what happens from that point?
Well, Jose wasn't my boyfriend at the time, and
We're dating.
we weren't dating. He told me multiple times that he wasn't my boyfriend.
Friend with access.
Friend. He was my friend, yeah. So, and he was my friend. And so basically he comes uninvited to my friend's house, and he is being very loud for the time. So I was woken up and I was very disturbed because I was just sleeping to go to school. Me and my friend were just going to go to school the next day. And basically he was acting out of control, so I decided that I would just grab my bag and leave because I didn't want them to call the cops, because they were going to call the cops.
Seems like an exercise of due prudence.
Yes, exactly. So I decided to just leave so they wouldn't call the cops. The neighbors were already upset, and I didn't want anything like that to happen. So we left in my car, and I told him to slow down once we were in the vehicle.
You're riding with him.
Exactly. I wanted to leave the house. I was going to drive, but he took my car keys, and I couldn't get them back. So instead, I just decided to leave. So nothing would happen.
You go with him.
Yeah, exactly. And so.
So how far had you gone from your friend's house with you as a passenger and this car that your mother bought for you?
We were already almost halfway to my house when my friend called to make sure I was okay. And when Jose saw that phone call, he got very upset.
Saw?
Exactly. He saw my friend was calling from my cell phone. And so we went and he actually had done a U-turn so we could go back to my friend's house because he was very upset. He was driving really fast, and I was really scared, and multiple times I had asked him to stop the vehicle and to slow down, but he didn't, and he ran a red light, and by the time we got to the residential area, he was going about 60 miles per hour, and at a roundabout curve, he lost control of the vehicle and ran into a one-way.
Where are we? Still in Oxnard?
We're still in Oxnard.
What
We're
street are you talking about?
We're on Oxnard Boulevard, and we're going back towards my friend's house. So he crashes into the one-way street sign. The airbags are released, and that's when I felt severe pain.
You broke your thumb and your ankle.
Exactly.
That's what they call minor injuries in a car accident.
Well, I shattered my thumb, sir, and it was very intense pain.
All right, now, okay, fine. Now, why did you have to drop out of school because you had a broken ankle and a broken thumb?
Well, because I wasn't able to just wobble around to school with crutches. I was in a wheelchair, and I broke the hand I broke.
On a broken ankle?
And I shattered my thumb, sir. I couldn't hold on to crutches because my thumb was broken. So it wasn't like
So you dropped out of school for that?
I'm still going to school. I dropped out for that semester because when this happened, midterms were going on. I had to miss my midterms due to surgery, and I was unable to complete them. With that, I would get Fs.
Well, you asked for a makeup exam.
She couldn't write because
That's
she's left-handed.
outpatient surgery. You take the pen and you do that way with it and you write.
Tell her you're left-handed.
You know, Your Honor, this experience was very traumatic.
Now, why did you acquiesce in him driving the vehicle?
Well, he took the car keys out of my hand, and he was at that point very aggressive and angry. And
he's your friend.
I don't understand why he would do that.
And because he obviously thought the relationship was a bit more than it was, which may have been unwise, improbable, in error, or just frank jealousy.
We'll be right back with Judge Joe Brown.
She came down, we kept arguing, I kept screaming, neighbors got mad. We just, instead of leave, I took her keys, got in the car. We were arguing in the car, I saw the phone call.
And later today,
he took me shopping a lot. I mean, he helped me with my household expenses.
All right.
So that's off the bill, right?
It's Joe time after this.
we're back with Judge Joe Brown. The plaintiff in this case says her daughter's boyfriend crashed her car, seriously injuring her daughter. She says she was stuck with medical and repair bills the defendant refused to pay. Let's see what the judge thinks.
Now, let's go to you, young man. What's this all about from your perspective?
I was at a friend's house. We were having a party. I was drinking. We called it a night. I went over to her house because sometimes I sleep over at her house. And her mom was kind of okay with it. I knocked on the window, and her mom came out. She's like, oh, she's not home. I asked her where she's at, and she's like, she left. She was out for a while, and she hasn't been home all night. And then I called her other friend to find out where she was at, because she usually knows where she's at. I called her, and she doesn't know where she's at also. So I started blowing up her phone. I find out where she's at. I find out where she's at. I go over there. I get dropped off. Start knocking on the door, or banging on the door, like he said. And then
that green-eyed monster known as jealousy was lurking about.
Her mom came out. The guy's mom came out. She told me to leave. I told her, where's Melinda at? She came down. We had an argument.
Why didn't she leave?
Anger.
Well, don't we have the obligation to control anger? I'm not saying that it doesn't get out of control, but what happens? You pay the consequences.
Yeah. Well, she came down. We kept arguing. I kept screaming. Neighbors got mad. Instead of leave, I took her keys, got in the car. We were arguing in the car. I saw the phone call, and then I just got really mad and lost control of the car.
Rule 1, keep your cool at all times.
Lost control of the car. And
Rule 2, keep your cool even when you don't feel like keeping your cool at all times.
Lost control of the car.
Stay cool, calm, collected, and most importantly, under self-control.
I crashed into a sign.
Yes, you crashed into a sign. All right, now, that's enough. You admitted that. Here's where we are right now. Madam Plaintiff, you have absolutely no standing to bring a personal injury action on behalf of your daughter. She has to bring that. Personal injury is personal. You may have paid for it, but that's between you and your daughter, and if anything comes out about that, she has to sue him, not you. Next thing, we have a 21-year-old and a 20-year-old. Now, having had a couple of those myself, there's more to this than you're being told.
Your Honor, the main
Listen
thing...
to me.
Okay.
We have a joint venture. The person who has the authority to use the car is riding with the person who is operating the car. Due prudence would have dictated that she, A, not ride with him, B, simply made a stand if she's yelling about something else. That means that the way this works out in actuality is it's a 50-50 split generally because they are riding together. The person with the authority to control the car is in the car.
But he grabbed the keys from her.
But she didn't have to ride with him. She has free will. I also would point out that, young man, you are supposed to stay under self-control. There's no excuse for doing what you did. But now, if they are 20, 21-year-olds that are typical 20, 21-year-olds, I'm sure, unless you were a very goody two-shoes, ma'am, you can recall an incident or two where mom and or dad didn't get the true version of facts. So let's see what we've got. We cannot have him paying for the out-of-pocket medical and rehabilitation bills because that $1,928.41 is out. Your purported loss of income for tending to your daughter's thing, $700, is not personal to you, so it's not loss of income. The claim is for loss of earnings capacity, and that has to be from someone who suffered the personal injury, so that's out. So we've got the towing bill, $224. We've got the total out, 1996 Toyota Camry. That's 16 years old now, so that's $2,400. That's $2,624 you've been paid. Everybody's giving him credit for the $1,000. $2,624 less $1,000, I've got $1,624. That will be the award. Okay.
Courtroom is now in recess.
Too drunk to deal with, but not to drive with? Getting in that car was a bad move. Of course, driving drunk is much worse. Still, they will share the damages. And we're on to the next case.
Please raise your right hand.
Disability specialist Alinka Clark is suing her ex-boyfriend for a personal loan. Defendant S. Lee Dorsey says the plaintiff shouldn't have loaned him the money.
Let's see, Ms. Clark is suing Mr. Dorsey. You characterize him as an ex-boyfriend. You allege that you made him a personal loan, and he's never paid you back. Ms. Clark, you assert that you met the defendant when he was working for your stepfather about 11 or 12 years ago. Is that right?
That's correct, Judge Joe Brown. Mr. Dorsey was employed by my stepdad, who owned a commercial cleaning company in Madison for 40 years. Maybe 5 or 6 years after I originally met him, we started dating. That ended after like 3.5 years. I had a lot going on and just wasn't really had the time or desire at that point to be in a relationship, so we ended that. We did remain friends, however. You know, we would see each other out or at the mall, in the streets, just out, and we spoke, and occasionally we had lunch. Even after we broke up, he'd come and take me to lunch. He asked me, he said he was going to be moving back to New Jersey, where he's originally from, and he asked if I could loan him some money to do that.
From Wisconsin.
From Madison, correct. And he asked if I could loan him some money to do that. He said he had a new job there that was going to be paying him quite a bit more than the job he had in Madison, and he was going to take the opportunity to move back. I had no reason not to trust him. Felt that if I did loan him the money, he would pay me back. I was comfortable with that.
We'll be back with more Judge Joe Brown in a moment.
His conversation to me now is, I got hurt at work, I lost my finger, which again is just the tip, of one finger, and I can't pay you right now.
It's Joe time after this.
We're back with Judge Joe Brown. The plaintiff in this case says she gave her ex-boyfriend a loan for a move. She says he took the money, didn't move, and didn't pay. Let's get back to the case.
How much did he advance toward your cause during the, approximately 3 years of your relationship with him, 2006 to 2009, until you broke up?
Quite a bit. He took me shopping a lot. I mean, he helped me with my household expenses.
All right.
So that should come off the bill, Brian. But she got me in court.
No. If it's your task in life, why should you get credit for doing something that you would ordinarily do?
But I'm saying, I mean, if she did, I mean, that's vice versa too, though,
All
right?
right, hold your point. Yeah, but there is a gender difference here that seems to be forgotten these days. Used to be, the boy became a young man, the young man got on the pathway of life, got his stuff together, got to the point where he could set up a home place, got himself a wife, brought her home, raised a family. That's what we do.
Okay, Your Honor.
Now, you loaned him $6,200.
That is correct. Of the $6,200.
Now, this is interesting. May I make a suggestion to you?
Yes, sir.
You're talking about you're good at your gambling skills, so you win this kind of money at casinos.
Yes, sir. And actually, it's not a skill, it's luck, but I'm a pretty lucky lady.
You're just as likely to be unlucky as lucky.
Okay.
All right, so you loaned him $6,200.
Okay.
What have you gotten back?
$200, Your Honor.
Well, did he manage to move back to New Jersey?
No, sir. He is still living in Madison, Wisconsin.
Well, my goodness, what happened?
Actually, I don't know why he didn't move to New Jersey.
Well, you say he lost his fingertip in a work accident.
Yeah, I don't think that would keep you from moving and working, though. He lost a tip of his finger, not the whole hand. So I really don't know why he didn't move. He's never given me an explanation for that. His conversation to me now is, I got hurt at work, I lost my finger, which again is just the tip of one finger, and I can't pay you right now. So I said, okay, well, don't worry about it. I'll sue you.
Closed captioning sponsored by... Did a jealous ex ruin your property? Call 1-877-JOE'S-LAW or visit JudgeJoeBrown.com.
Give me your defense, please, sir.
First of all, Your Honor, I want to say it's a pleasure, okay?
Maybe.
And yes, I am kissing, because right now I do need my home team, because I can't afford to pay this young lady $6,200 back, because I ain't even got $62.
Now, it's good that you said I was broke. Why didn't you just say that in your answer instead of all this nonsense about nobody asked her, and because you lost a fingertip as a machinist, you couldn't get a gig?
I couldn't, Your Honor.
So you're broke. There is no defense other than poverty, but that doesn't keep the award from being made. $5,000 in your cost.
Thank you, sir.
This courtroom is now in recess.
The move to Jersey didn't work out, and neither did that move to refuse to pay. The defendant may be broke, but that's not a defense. Plaintiff wins. We're back. The defendant borrowed the money to move, then kept on moving when it came time to pay. He also tried to finger point and use the injured finger for sympathy. Yeah, nothing worked. He owes. For more information on future cases, check out our website at JudgeJoeBrown.com.
Visit us at pbs.org to learn more about the cases you've seen today. Judge Joe Brown is funded in part by the United States Department of Justice and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by the annual financial support of viewers like you.
Be more. PBS.